Hey everybody, welcome back to Shop Talk, May 3rd, 2021, but you'll see it on May 4th. This is our final episode in the studio, episode 9, coming to you from here, but next week it'll come from, Noah and I will kind of do like a vlog-ish episode from Kiawah Island at the PGA Tournament that we will be at. But yeah, this is our last one for the season, so yeah, I guess enjoy what we got. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it so far. But to start today, let me get this ready real quick. We are going to talk about an exciting weekend in the NFL draft. Now, something huge went down for Chicago.
Yeah,
I'm talking massive.
Oh, it was huge.
We originally had the 20th overall pick. And going into it, I remember even telling you, I was like, yo, Chicago's got to do something big. You got Ryan Pace and our head coach, Matt Nagy. Their job's on the line right now.
Oh, yeah.
If they don't do something big to make this franchise even better going into the future, then they might as well turn in their resignation letter now.
Oh, yeah.
And what they did when they saw Justin Fields slip and slip and slip was something I've never seen a Chicago office do. And it's that they had the cojones to go do something.
Yeah, they did.
Which was unbelievable. When you and I were watching it live, and I saw that they came in, all good. They came in, and I was like, oh my goodness, the Bears are on the clock right now. And it's pick 11.
Yeah.
And Justin Fields is still on the board.
Mm-hmm.
And when old boy announced that it wasn't Goodell, it was somebody from, I don't know, like one of our fans or one of our old, I don't know who it was. But when he said Justin Fields, I lost it. And I think just about half of Chicago did as well.
Probably more than half.
Yeah, no, it was.
That's all Chicago.
It was money.
All at once.
Probably all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Because we haven't had something like that in forever. But we went QB, right, at number 11. And we went tackle, running back, wide receiver, cornerback, defensive tackle. So, we now we got protection for Justin.
It helps.
And from what I've heard is we're going to have Andy start. The Red Rifle is what he goes by.
The Rocket,
the rifle. He's a gunslinger, dude.
Yeah.
But so what I've heard is he's going to start probably week 1 through 4, 5, 6 maybe.
Gotcha.
And then just to have Fields kind of see what a veteran does on the field, right. On and off the field, I should say, how he holds himself in the locker room, just how he commands his offense and I guess his defense too, because that's who the quarterback should be, right?
He's a leader.
Right. And so they're going to have Fields sit behind him, kind of catch some bench reps just to see what it takes to be an NFL quarterback because he's clearly got the skill.
Yeah.
I think you and I both agree.
He's obviously smart enough.
Yes. He's got the wheels. He's got the arm. He's got the QB IQ. So it's exciting to see that we finally got a draft prospect that could actually do something for the city of Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
And then to kind of wrap up at least the Bears side, and we'll get to the Colts next, is that we took C.J. Marable from our school, CCU, Coastal Carolina. It was pretty sweet to see.
Right off the surf turf.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. It was pretty sweet to see, but it was dang good draft for the Chicago Bears.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And obviously he's a Bear fan. I'm a Colts fan myself. So just a quick recap of the Colts draft. Round 1, pick 21, they took Kwity Paye, defensive end from Michigan.
Big pickup.
I like him.
And because he comes from Michigan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good program. Didn't have a solid do that last year, but nobody really did. It's kind of a weird year.
Right.
But he comes from a coach that coached NFL players.
Yeah, been there, done that.
Exactly.
Good coach.
I think that's a big piece.
His job might be under some skepticism as of right now, just the way that Michigan has been going for the last couple of years. But, I mean, a good coach is a good coach, and I mean, you can't do a lot when you got places like Ohio State.
He coached in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, dude's been there, done that.
Yeah.
So, good program he's coming from. That should be, I mean, he's built like...
Dude, massive.
Like Thanos.
He's huge.
I mean, he's just massive. So, good pick up there. Then, in the second round, pick 54, got Dio Odayingbo.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's it right there.
Dio.
Go with first name.
Dio.
Yeah.
Defensive end from Vanderbilt.
Okay.
So building that D-line some more.
So defense.
Defense. Then after that,
and you already have a stacked defense.
Yep, already got a good defense. Then they went with a tight end out of SMU. which is good.
Still there or no?
Doyle's still there.
So to complement. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we got depth at the tight end position. Then they took
like
a safety from Florida. I mean, if you're a defensive back at Florida, obviously you got it figured out pretty good.
No, yeah, you're not
kid's
bad.
an athlete.
Not bad.
He's strong.
Mm-hmm.
I like that pick a lot. Then after that, we took Sam Ehlinger, quarterback out of Texas. I like that too. Thought that was really interesting, considering, well, obviously the quarterback position in general in that Colts locker room has been not an issue, but a topic of interest.
No, definitely. 100%.
Where
100%.
we don't really know who's coming from, who's doing what, who's saying what. But now we're growing depth at the quarterback position,
which isn't a bad thing to do.
Not a bad thing at all.
No.
After
and
that,
to be honest, Wentz is kind of been injury prone, right?
Dude,
so,
I mean, anything can happen to Wentz.
So like,
yeah,
it's
100%. He could go blow his ACL in practice tomorrow.
Right.
I mean,
you never want. I mean, you definitely want to have a good backup.
Oh yeah.
Good backups are underrated.
Absolutely.
And Wentz should know that, considering who won him Super Bowl.
No, absolutely. Let's see. After that, we went wide receiver with the 229th pick in the draft. Wide receiver out of Charleston University or Charleston College. I'm not sure. They're out of West Virginia.
Okay.
So not a big school, but I like it.
Yeah.
More depth at the wide receivers position. You know,
nothing wrong there.
I mean,
he needs it. You guys need it.
Absolutely. Sure. Something that Colts can use. And then after that, we went after a guard out of Penn State. So, I mean, I think that's a dang good draft.
Yeah,
that's a real good draft.
You added to your already OP offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
You added to your, I think, top 5 defense in the league, and you stacked it. Yeah. And then you got back up in the QB room.
Back up in the QB room.
That's a solid draft, and I think what's his name? What's your GM's name?
Chris Ballard.
Yeah, he's a money dude. He's money.
I think he's one of the best in the league,
if not the
best. Yeah.
That dude's cash.
Just great.
To picking picks.
Doing great things.
He's consistent.
Yeah. No, he's so consistent, and he drafts really good players throughout the draft. I mean, he went 7 rounds deep getting guys and horses that he needs in the stable. You know what I mean? So.
And I don't know of anybody that's really dogged any of those picks.
No, absolutely not. You can't. I mean, he took what he could. He got the best out of what he thought, and hopefully it ends up well, and I think it will.
Yeah.
So hats off to Chris Ballard,
100%.
Running another good draft. So.
And I saw some notable things that happened in the draft, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mac Jones slips all the way to 15. And New England doesn't have to do anything to grab their franchise quarterback.
We were thinking they were going to have to trade up. They were going to make some move.
Everybody did.
Yeah.
Old boy off the Pat McAfee show, he thought they were going to do the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, no, they're definitely going to trade up to probably get Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Mac Jones. No. They just let him slip.
Like they knew it was going to happen.
And people, that's the thing I was going to get to. People are saying that Bill Belichick was throwing out these little underlying things, right? I probably wouldn't get him. He's not what you think, not what you want, not what you want to see as a quarterback. The league's evolving. Pocket passes aren't really a thing anymore. And then he gets him.
And then he goes and gets his guy.
And then he gets his guy. Doesn't have to move a single muscle. And oh, by the way, the New England Patriots probably have the best manual to develop a pocket passer.
Who else did they get to?
They grabbed
Kyle Trask, didn't they?
They did.
I mean, those were the 2 best pocket passers this past year. You know what I mean? Like,
and all
guys that don't get out of the pocket, guys that kind of just sit back, read the defense, go through their progressions, make the right play.
Do you think Mac Jones really runs a 4.7?
Dude, we heard that earlier today. If Mac Jones is running a 4.6 while I think, in my opinion, he's probably 25 pounds overweight.
Yeah.
If he lost that, does that mean this kid just has wheels?
Like, that's a little scary to think about.
If he drops 25 pounds, gets in the NFL weight room and tones it out, say he doesn't start this year, say, Cam's probably going to grab the reins to start. Maybe Cam takes it the whole year and Mac Jones and Kyle Trask sit under Cam. Let's say Mac Jones just gets addicted to the weight room.
That's actually kind of scary to
So
think
now
about,
he was running a 4.6 when he was fat. Now he loses all that baby weight and he tones it all out. And now what's he running? 4.4?
4.5, 4.4? Like, dude, That is unreal to be that kind of speed as a quarterback, but be considered a pocket passer. Pocket passers are known for accuracy because they stay in there. They're not afraid. But he's got the body to get hit, but he's got wheels to get out, which makes me think of an Andrew Luck-esque.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Way, you know?
100%.
Built to take hits, built to get out, though. If he
Big
needs,
boy,
if he needs
big
to move,
dense,
he needs
but
to
I
move.
got my legs under me.
Yeah.
I don't need to use them.
No.
And
but
I
his
don't normally.
accuracy on the run is still that good
Yeah,
as well.
no, I mean he's a great quarterback. So that's when I heard that's an entire new ball player
Huge.
under there, like untapped potential. And
That's
Billy
kinda
Belichick
scary.
might just get a little diamond in the rough out of him.
It doesn't make
Which
sense
is-
how he slipped that much, bro. It doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know.
But then you also, Najee Harris going to the Steelers. The Steelers lost Connor. I forget where he went. Do you mind looking up where James Conner went? I think he went to the Cardinals.
Are you serious?
1 second. If I'm, I might be very wrong on that. For some reason, that just popped in my head when I said that.
Okay. So then they draft.
You got anything on that?
Boy, the Cardinals could be looking good.
Oh, they could be looking nasty.
You get Rondale Moore in the draft.
They could be looking nasty.
James Conner, and then they got a young guy. What's his name? A young running back they ran with last year.
The Cardinals.
So he did. Wow.
Dude.
Wow, look at the cards.
So they
AJ
got
Green, D-Hop.
AJ Green, D-Hop, Kyler Murray, James Conner. I think they have a pretty good offensive line. And then you got Buda Baker, J.J. Watt. Who's the other guy in the end? I forget his name. But, dude, the Cardinals are a serious squad to pay attention to right now.
Wow.
Serious. But the Steelers picked up Najee Harris.
Correct.
That's a pretty big deal.
That is.
Pretty big deal because they need to start rebuilding that offense. Big Ben he's on his way out.
He's on his way out.
They don't have anybody in the backfield anymore.
Nope.
So I think that was a huge pick. I thought it was also interesting on how many college teammates are now pro teammates.
Yeah, they're pairing them up.
You
I
know?
like it.
It brings kind of the chemistry to these new guys.
Oh, yeah. Especially you bring in a rookie quarterback. How much more does it help his confidence that he got
like
his
Travis,
running back from the last ETN goes with Trevor Lawrence
is now with Trevor
to Jacksonville. And
now he's just got so much more trust in the
now
backfield.
I'm pulling up to Jacksonville with my boy.
Yeah, he's done it for 3 years now with him.
That's dangerous.
Now
I
he
like that a
knows
lot. I like
and
that
a lot of teams did that. You got
Joey Burrow just got his boy.
Chase. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jalen.
Yeah,
just
Jamar
got,
Chase.
Jalen just got Devontae Smith.
Yep.
What else happened like that? Tua got Waddle.
Jalen Waddle.
Yep. So it's kind of cool
I like
to see
that.
break
I like
down.
that. When you can bring your boy to town with you, you just play with all that more confidence.
Now before we get to break, we need to talk about some Aaron Rodgers. He wants out. He's done with Green Bay.
I'd be done with Green Bay too.
They haven't given you nothing.
I would have been done with Green Bay a long time ago.
I've given you 16 years of my career, and you didn't want to put nothing around me? Nothing.
Not going to help me
You're
out.
saying Devontae Adams is enough for you. That's all you need. That's all you need. Who's the running back? Oh, I'm spacing his name.
He was pretty good though.
Can you look up the Green Bay
He was their
running back
next
for me,
best
please?
player behind Adams.
Yeah. He was eating on the field.
Yeah.
And you had him in
I had him in
fantasy.
fantasy. Yeah,
Come
he
on,
was
guy.
a dog.
That's your teammate right
I
there.
know.
These guys.
Aaron Jones.
Yeah, Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones.
Yes. So they're basically telling Rodgers,
I got you a
deal
half
with it.
decent running back and a really good wide receiver. You should be able to do that.
And nobody on defense.
And it's like, dude, I can't. And he's still winning games. I mean, he's the MVP
He
of
won
the
the
league.
MVP. Like, are you kidding me right now?
You're not gonna help him out.
And you just expect him, but then when he says, I want out, you're like, oh, no, we'll do anything for you. It's like, where was this when I asked for it? Where was this when we...
Last year in the draft, you go and get, instead of somebody that could make a difference for my offense or my defense,
You could go find a replacement.
and you go and you get my backup.
And you trade up to get him.
Yeah, they did. They did trade up, didn't they?
You know how disrespectful that is to him?
Dude, I would have left right after they drafted him.
And the front runners right now...
I don't care if they think
is-
Love is the future of everything.
No. You have the guy right now.
You had the MVP quarterback going into the season.
Yes.
Unknowingly.
And so now the front runners are the Broncos. Don't like it. Raiders don't like it. But I like the Saints, dude.
I
that
want
could
that
be
to happen.
nasty.
I want that to happen.
That could be so... They have a good defense.
I do, but
they
I
have
don't.
solid weapons on offense. That could be gross.
I think that'd be good for Aaron Rodgers.
But what I
he
think
deserves
is
something like that.
100% he does. He deserves a good team to go win something. He's more than just one Super Bowl.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
But what I think is holding them back is because this year, before June 1st, he currently counts against the salary cap $37 million.
Okay.
So if they trade him before June 1st, that's how much they got to pay for him. If they wait till after June 1st, it cuts it by like 17 mil.
Splits it, right?
Yeah, it goes down to $21.15 million against cap if they wait till after June. But then they also have to pay another 17.2 the next year.
The next year.
So,
I mean, still,
it's it's really up to what you want to do, right? As far as, but I'm also hearing rumors that Rodgers is gonna retire if they don't do something. So, it's really you're gonna lose the money regardless. Sounds like you're gonna have to pay him. So you might as well get something in return, because if you don't, he's just going to retire, and all you have to do is just take 1 year off.
Go get your guy.
Boom, you're back.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I'm really excited to see how that develops. Obviously, we won't be here to really share with you guys because next week, we're just covering golf. But definitely something to keep an eye out. Absolutely. But we're going to take a quick break right here. We'll be back on the other side. We're going to talk about the Lakers, how LeBron is kind of going back on his word as far as what he said last year, and now that he's not the number one seed anymore, he doesn't like his own idea.
Things are becoming problematic in LA.
Yeah, a little dramatic. And then we're gonna talk about the MVP race again because there's some excitement there.
Yeah.
So we'll be back here in about a couple minutes. Welcome back to Shop Talk with Logan and Noah for the second half of the studio finale.
Sorry.
So, the Lakers, the LeBron, and the play-in game don't seem to be getting along as a good trio.
No, not really.
So I got the Lakers coming in 6th in the West.
Sorry.
They're 36-28. You're just hitting everything.
Oh, I'm so
Jeez, dude.
I know I'm causing a ruckus. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to see something.
Yeah.
Continue, I'm sorry.
No. And they're looking at their potential play-in game is against Golden State, which is kind of scary because I don't.
Do we know how this play-in is set up?
Just about to say, I haven't looked into how the play-in is going to be, and so I don't really know what that.
Give me a schmoogle search on how the NBA play-in tournament is going to work.
Because if it's just
continue. Yeah.
We got the same head. If it's just one playoff game, anything can happen in one game. Steph can come out, drop 67 dimes. Draymond could put up 12. Oubre could put up 12. Wiggins could put up 26. And they send the Lakers home with a full squad.
It looks like.
What you got?
So it'll be like a bracket, and it's in the West, 9th place and 10th place play each other.
How does it say how many games?
1. Oh, no, hold on. I don't know.
That's a big deal right there.
This is huge.
We need to get that one right. One game could do so much damage.
We could turn this thing into March Madness, and then everything is going crazy.
Let's just not forget
insane.
that this was LeBron's idea last year when he was number one in the West.
100% it was. He said, we got all these extra teams floating around. Why don't we make them play each other? Yeah. Well, now he's one of them extra teams floating around.
Whoa.
Like, hang on.
I just want to be in the playoffs.
Whoever said that,
they should be fired.
It's like, hang on, Bron.
You trying to fire yourself?
What do you want here? What do you want?
The league does what you say.
Because the NBA did it because you said it, most likely. And now you're like, fire that guy.
Yeah.
Now you want somebody to lose their job over some stuff that you said? Come on, Bron. You got to be better than that. You've been in this scene for what now? 17?
It's one game, so
Dang, that's why he's mad. I'd be mad too. If I had
9th place
Steph
and
Curry
10th
for
place.
one game.
Dude, he's just got to pop off. That's all he's got to do.
Who's going to guard Steph Curry? Dennis Schroeder?
And he's had one of the
Barbecue chicken.
dude. That sounds really good right now. He's had an electric season. And oh, by the way, the month of April, he might have had the best month of April, or just month any players ever played. What am I hitting?
Lakers are having a lot of trouble right now. Let me read you something here.
Mm-hmm.
So here are their games since
I thought you clocked out. I was
April
like, what's going on over
19th.
here?
No, I'm pulling up necessary info. I'm not just on my phone. That's disrespectful.
I thought he was on Instagram.
Put y'all's phone away. That's what you need to do right now.
Yeah, pay
How about
attention.
that? Pay
We got
attention.
good content.
All right, so here, April 19th, Lakers lose to the Jazz. Next game against the Mavericks, lose to the Mavericks. And then after that, lose the Mavericks again. Then they beat the Magic by 10.
That's nothing.
Then they lose to the Wizards, lose to the
They
Kings.
lost to the Wizards.
And then they
And
just
the
lost
Kings.
to the Raptors 121 to 114, in which Bron retweaked his right ankle in the fourth quarter and sat out the last 7 minutes. Now he's not playing tonight.
Against Denver.
Now he's going to take a 3-day break, and they're going to get the Clippers here in a few days.
Wow. And he said he was never going to be back to 100%.
And that is a LeBron James quote. I don't think I'll ever be back to 100% for the rest of my career, which is
Does that mean we're
that's
finally
scary.
starting to
See the decline of the old man?
There goes the pen. Wow. You
So-
and I were talking last week. Yo, we could see LeBron play another 8 years.
Yeah.
Is his body starting to become mortal?
Taking a toll on him, I guess.
He's been immortal this
He's-
whole time.
Quite literally. Other than the groin injury that he milked
Yeah.
a few years ago.
Yeah. And we thought he was milking this one.
Yeah.
Sounds like this is something.
Sounds like it could be really bothering him.
Yeah.
Which could be very, very problematic if
Because
you don't
AD
have,
and Drummond can't.
they can't do it by themselves. So if you don't have 100% Bron and even a 90%, 80% LeBron James is the best player on the floor at all times.
Yes.
So if we're talking an 80%, but it's still not 100% LeBron James. You know what I mean? Like he might not be able to win a game by himself at 80%.
Right.
At 100%, he could do something like that. But if he's at 80%, and then you have AD, you have Drummond, both of which have battled their own injury this year. Let's say one of them gets injured. Now you're down maybe a guy with an 80% Bron, and either you have Drummond or maybe Schroeder. You don't know.
Teams are stacked this year.
And they're playing hard, dude.
Whew.
They're playing hard.
I mean, the Suns, this is their first time making the playoffs in like 10 or 11 years.
Yeah.
They're going to come in with a huge heart.
Oh, yeah, dude.
They're going to try to. And
I mean,
they have-
CP3 is coming to wreck the entire playoff.
Oh, dude.
He doesn't care.
No, he doesn't. And he has put so much fire underneath that Phoenix squad. It's unbelievable. And then, oh, by the way, even if you beat every team in the West, you have to go up against the Brooklyn Nets, who haven't played together yet this season.
But at this point, I don't know if it matters.
It doesn't.
I really don't think it does.
It doesn't.
I really don't. I know we
Because-
talked about this last episode, but it's like, I don't care if they hate each other. The
No.
fact that they're on the
Together.
floor,
Like you said, it's an Olympic team.
it is. It could be a U.S. team. That whole Nets team could show up for the United States and probably bring home
Wipe
gold.
every other
Oh,
country.
yeah. I mean, it's different.
It's not fair.
It's different.
And I mean, like you said, we touched on it last time. It necessarily, in my opinion, shouldn't necessarily. I don't know how you kind of put a hold on that besides just saying, no, you can't do that.
Right.
But then that comes into like players' rights and stuff like that. We're like, well, I want to. I should be able to. Stuff like that, you know. So it comes into kind of like a weird situation there. However, whoever comes out of the West, you still have to beat the Brooklyn Nets.
The West is going to be an absolute dogfight, and you're gonna have to play
But at the end, is it
with
even worth it?
everything just so that you can play the Brooklyn Nets.
Just
I
so
mean,
you can ultimately lose in the finals. You get a runner-up. You almost guarantee yourself a runner-up title.
If LeBron James wins this finals, he's concrete best player to ever play the game.
He already is.
No doubt.
Already is.
I think there's some question on it right now. I think you could argue both sides. But if LeBron James goes and wins this NBA Finals this year, he
I agree.
is solidified.
No, you bury the hatchet there.
Go.
Yeah. Have to.
Go.
Have to.
I mean,
You're going up against the best team ever assembled.
Yeah. If he can win this year, I know he's got a pretty stacked team of his own.
Yes, he
But
does.
at the same time,
But they're not healthy.
it's their dynamic over there in LA is working at a lower rate than Brooklyn's is.
Yes.
And Brooklyn,
Yes.
I feel like they're just playing because they don't even care.
No.
It's like, I don't know.
No. And you definitely the second best player in the league in KD, who can take over.
Oh, dude.
Just take whenever he wants.
Maybe if KD has an off game, Harden drops 45.
And even if Harden has an off game, Kyrie drops 40.
If they're having an off game, Kyrie's going for 50.
Dude.
So
with no assists, but
with no assists, but still you put up 50 points.
And you have three
ridiculous.
players that can do that, and it's not weird if they do it.
No.
Like, it's not weird
And it's
to
not even
scroll
weird
through
if
Instagram.
all three of them do it on the same night.
Right. It's not weird to scroll through Instagram and be like, Kyrie dropped 40, KD dropped 47, Harden dropped 53. Like, those aren't weird numbers.
No.
It's weird when Kevin Porter Jr. drops 50,
Yeah, that's interesting.
but it's not weird if Harden does. That's like an average almost for him. It's weird, dude.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane that three of those guys are on the same team, and just those three, I think, have played like 3 games together. But Harden, KD, Kyrie, Blake, and Jordan have not played a game together.
Jeez.
We don't know what that looks like.
Jeez.
That's gross, dude.
Jeez.
And then the bench. They have a ridiculous bench.
Their bench mob is good. What was that guy's name we were watching the other night?
Oh, I don't know.
It's like Mikey Williams or something like that.
Yeah, it's Mike Jones.
Mike Jones?
No, it was Jones.
Is it Jones?
It was something Jones. Because Mike Jones is the
I don't
old
know,
rapper.
but whoever their backup point guard, probably not even backup, he's probably second or third point guard off the bench. Bro came in and started lighting it up.
He was wet on the 3-point
Like
line.
Kyrie was like, here.
You got it.
And Guy was just taking over. Like
He's like, okay.
KD and Kyrie weren't on the floor.
No.
So if
And he put up quick 12.
If you got that kind of bench, or if those kind of guys are playing like that throughout the playoffs and in the finals, there's nobody that'll be able to touch it.
It's not fair.
No.
Not fair.
No.
But to kind of go back and touch on the Suns.
Yes.
CP3.
Yeah.
Now, the MVP race hasn't changed as far as 1, 2, 3. You still got Jokic at number 1, averaging 26 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists. You have Embiid coming in at number 2, averaging 30 points, 11 rebounds, 1 steal, 2 blocks. You have Giannis coming in. Now, this is the NBA putting this on their MVP race. They gave him 5 stat lines. You have Giannis coming in with 28 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Which is kind of insane. I didn't choose to put those on here. I took this as off of NBA site. And then you have, coming from the last week he was a 9 spot. Now he's a 4 spot. He climbs 5 spots. CP3
Hops Dame and Curry.
and Luka at 16 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists. Now, the numbers might be questionable. Might be like, yo, this doesn't even make sense. Why are we in top 5 right here when you have Dame, Steph, and Luka?
Right.
But like I said before, the NBA looks at this as almost a team award as well as an individual.
They're definitely looking at what you're doing for your team.
CP3 has by far, I think personally, and I think you would agree because you're the one that kind of implemented this into my head, is that CP3 is the sole reason almost as far as, and he's one of the only differences in Phoenix right now, as far as going from
last year to this year,
a 9 seed, which doesn't make the playoffs, to a 1 seed in the West.
Yeah, I do.
And he's the only X factor in there.
You changed pretty much. You pretty much changed one thing from one year to another.
Yes.
And you went from being bottom half to top 2.
Yes.
You added one guy.
Now, but my question, do you think the Suns could have any chance in a 7-game series against the Nets?
No, I do not.
Do you think they have any chance in a 7-game series against a healthy Laker team?
They'd give them a better series than they'd give the Nets.
Or Clippers? Or Nuggets? Now, I know I'm getting easier and easier, but I'm just, where do you think
I think the Suns take the Clippers.
Okay.
I really do.
Do you think they can make it to the Western Conference Finals?
Depends on who they run into, dude.
Fair.
Depends on who
because
they
they're
run
not in the
into.
play-in games. They're just going to
Because
they're not in the
into.
play-in games. They're just going to
No,
be in the playoffs.
they're clinched.
Which I'm happy for Book. This is the first time he's made it in his whole career.
A little bit of respect.
Yes, as he should. In my opinion, he's the most underrated player in the league.
That's not even a hot take.
Mm-mm.
I mean, he's underappreciated. He's not talked about a whole lot, and he's only talked about when he does something like drop 60.
Right.
When really it's like, but all in the other games he was dropping 25 to 30, and you guys didn't say a word. It took him.
And he's
dropping
also doing
60
7 and
for you
8.
to say his name.
Right.
And then he gets snubbed from the All-Star games. I mean, he's gotten into the last 2 off of somebody else's injury. If somebody else doesn't get injured, D-Book's not in the game.
He's not.
So finally, somebody's putting a little respect on his name. They're going to have to, because they're going to see quite a bit more of him.
Yes.
Throughout the rest of this year.
He just plays clean ball, dude.
He does.
Real
He's a good ball player. He's not physically dominant in
he's
any
clutch.
way, shape, or form.
No.
But guy is a hooper, and
He
when
comes
it
up in
comes down
clutch
to
times.
it, who you giving the ball to?
Right now, to the CP3 or Book. So you got.
That's it.
And who else is on the squad? You got Ayton. You got old boy from UNC, Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Who's their fifth?
They got Jay Crowder over there now, don't they?
Do they? Yeah, they do have Crowder. So that's not a bad starting 5.
Oh no, dude, they're pretty solid 1 through 5.
And I think they have
GBH.
quite a bit of chemistry, to be honest.
No, that's a big reason of why it flows. Is you bring a guy like Chris Paul. Anybody can say whatever they want about Chris Paul, but
And that
when
was
he
me.
joins a locker room, that team gets immensely better.
Yeah.
So
The
say
veteran
what you
mentality.
want. None of us are in the locker room, but using context clues, it seems like this guy's probably pretty good to have in your locker room.
And he's not afraid to give you the ball.
He wants to give you the ball.
That's his thing.
I want to give you the ball.
State Farm assist.
So, works perfect for a 2-guard like Devin Booker who just wants to shoot the ball.
Right.
Who will also pass the ball, but he score first.
No, he is.
No, Chris
100%.
Paul, I'm going to set you up. I'm going to come off this screen.
Yep.
I'm going to make you run back door there. I'm going to find you
Mm-hmm.
doing this, that, and the other.
But Chris Paul's also clutch too, dude.
Chris Paul's very clutch. Very
Clutch.
clutch. He proved it in the playoffs a couple years ago when it was Thunder versus the Rockets.
Yes.
And the Thunder took them, and Chris Paul just played his heart out,
No, he
dude.
did.
I mean, he just made all the difference, and I mean, he's a legit contender. He's a legit player. He's a competitor. I mean, I can't even say enough about him. I
No.
like that guy.
No. And like I said before, I think I've said previously, I gotta give you props because you called it first. I was definitely not on the train, and I would say almost on the opposite train.
Yeah, no, you were on. No, you were definitely on the opposite train.
He wasn't my guy at all.
No.
I said washed. I said he can't play anymore. You know, he's just not built for the NBA and where it's going.
It's fair. And I mean, those
But I
are
was
valid
wrong.
points, and we had to wait for this entire year for
Just like
one
I
of
was-
us to be proved right or wrong.
Right.
So-
Just like I was wrong about Jason Tatum. So, I eat my words. I do. And I'm not
It's
afraid
good.
to say it. So,
Make your bed, sleep in it.
No, I do. But hey, guys, really do appreciate you guys being with us. First season of Shop Talk has been a lot of fun for us. We've had a good time doing it. As you can see, we've kind of changed set once, and then it's going to be a little different next year. We'll be in a different location. But we just really appreciate you guys' support. It's kind of cool to see how much it's grown on YouTube. We didn't expect that at all. So it's been super cool. We thank you all. I think I can speak for all of us.
Absolutely.
It's been pretty sweet. So if you guys don't mind, just keep sharing it with people. We just want to grow, keep going, and potentially do something with it. It's kind
Let's
of
get a round of applause for the viewers.
yeah. No, it's been great. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. But one last time, you get to hear the Buzzsprouts promo. In the link in the description below, you can get a $20 Amazon gift card plus support our show if you create a paid account. Buzzsprout is a podcast program that allows new podcast creators to build a show with ease. They can get your show on all major platforms, and they offer different paid accounts starting at $12 a month, which is super easy, awesome, and affordable considering everything they offer, such as directory help, monetization help, and they provide statistics. You can help us out by going to www.buzzsprout.com/referrer_ID equals 1674703. Again, guys, thank you very much for all the support, for all the love, for all the following, sharing. Again, this is our last studio episode. Next week, we'll kind of give you a vlog from me and Noah from Kiawah Island. in South Carolina at the PGA Tour. And, yeah, other than that, appreciate you, and we'll see you next season.
Cheers, gents.
Deuces.